I am not really judging or complaining how you and Alexis managed Willow's initial defense, but if Willow is found guilty, I want my lawyers to handle the appeal process.
I'm going to do you a huge favor, Nina.
Okay, fine, you need this. It would be very noble of you, Drew, to hand over the reins.
Not that. I'm never going to tell Willow that we had this conversation. Willow will never know that her own mother was hoping that she would be convicted so that you could swoop in and save the day.
That is not what he's a lunatic. He's
Well, you told us not to go to the police because we can get charged with trespassing and obstruction.
That's right, and you probably still would be.
But I feel like you're saying that's the only way for us to share what we know about Willow.
Guy, if you had stayed on the scene, if you had not taken something out of the safe, if you had gone straight to the police, the situation would be different. But you didn't.
Couldn't we have, I don't know, made some kind of deal?
right.
Maybe. Like I said, if you had come to me sooner, I might have been able to set you up with Diane and Marco, and maybe they could have gone to 88 Turner and tried to strike a deal. Immunity in exchange for evidence. But that didn't happen.
But the jury hasn't reached a verdict yet, so there has to be something.
Why are y'all still talking to her?
On the scene, and then it would have been an open and shut case.
Not necessarily. Keep in mind that 88 Turner thought that her circumstantial evidence was enough to try the case. She didn't think she needed an eyewitness to sway the jury.
And you think there's still a chance that that could be true?
I don't know. Which is why I'm advising you not to do anything. Wait for the verdict and then decide what you're going to do.
Okay, but what about Michael? Because if Willow is found not guilty, will Michael be prosecuted next?
Right.
A lot happened to me in my childhood that it really messed me up.
I remember.
You didn't give a
I tried to
damn.
hide that part of myself. I think that I've gotten pretty good at it, but I still feel it every day. And I know that you suffered growing up.
It's true. I have my ghosts too.
Demons, ma'am.
There's not much that we can
That's what
do
you have.
these days, but I know that you don't want our kids to have to carry the same kind of damage that was inflicted upon us. I know that you don't want them to have to carry the things that we do.
Of course I don't. I want them to feel safe and loved. I never want them to feel that desperate need to make things right or to please at all costs. I want them to feel secure and sure of themselves.
That's what I want to.
So, what exactly are you asking? Why am I here?
There are programs for incarcerated mothers of young children. They're afforded special visiting hours and granted greater exposure to their kids. And I promise that I will make sure that you get to see and speak to Wiley and Amelia as much as possible.
I wish we'd made this arrangement months ago.
Would it have made a difference?
So, what are you proposing we do now?
Well, I think that we should tell them about where you're going together. Now I want them to know that we both love them and that we want what's best for them.
So to be clear, what you're saying is you'll let me have access to the kids if I go to prison?
Yes. It's taken too much of a toll on them as it is. Willow, can we please just be together on this?
We can. I just have one question.
What if she's acquitted?
What if I don't go to prison?
Mm-hmm.
What happens to all this unity if I'm found not guilty?
Everything stays the way it is.